Hello, friends. My name is Adrian, and I'm joined by
Jerry.
And this week, we are covering Forever Ago by Bon Iver. What do you know by Bon Iver?
What I know about Bon Iver is that two former students have sent me links on Spotify, and I listened to them twice.
And?
Yeah, on first listen, there's just something about the sound vocally that it didn't drag me in.
This one was voted by our people on Patreon. It was the winner of the second poll for this month, so thanks to the people over there. Some of the background for this album, this is kind of I feel like I could call this a classic now. This is from 2007. It's his debut. There's a story that's often mythologized around this album. Bon Iver is Justin Vernon. He's a dude from Wisconsin, Eau Claire. Kind of the background of the album is he was in a band. The band broke up. He was down on his luck. Broke up with his girlfriend. He basically packed up some recording gear, drove to his dad's hunting cabin in rural Wisconsin, and recorded the album during the winter in that cabin.
Wow.
And he stayed there for like 3 months. He hunted deer when he was there to live off that, and he recorded this album.
After all that, I would expect this to be a country record.
So yeah, this is our first Bon Iver episode.
Thanks, Patreon, for suggesting this, and I am going to give it my best shot.
And yeah, as always, if you want the full version of this episode, it's on our Patreon. You can vote for albums. This one was voted. We can start with track 1, which is Flume.
There's some really great lyrics.
Yeah. So the harmonics just there. And this like twangy string thing. I don't...
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a synth, I think.
Yeah.
So this is all him by himself.
Yeah.
So the vocals are him layered.
Yeah.
Can I take back my intro?
What do you want to take back?
Well, it's not my fault, but the songs that were sent to me or that I heard, I don't know, but that one, I liked it. I liked the vocals. I liked how the bass was a kind of a percussive element in this song. I like everything about it.
But I think this album, also like shaped a lot of winters for me because it's just like a classic like winter album to put on. Cottagecore. If you go on Pinterest and look up Bon Iver, like you're gonna see all these wood cabins and like fires and toques and beards
and those jackets that have the checker pattern on them. Also, the name Bon Iver codes it to Canadian because it's French, right?
True. Yeah, you initially thought he was Canadian.
I did, because I'm like, Bon Iver, that's like good winter.
Yeah. So this is track 2, Lump Sum.
It's like Gregorian and African.
Really love when he does this choral kind of thing.
Very atmospheric.
Yeah. And this is the first time I've had like lyrics up for this. I am struggling to figure out what he's talking about.
I don't know how to word it, but there's a drive to that song. There's an energy that propels it forward. But one thing I will say, and it might be a hot take or whatever, I like the vocals. It was at a bit of a high register in terms of, and it reminded me of like, this is awful to say, but this is what my brain does. Why I couldn't follow the lyrics is like if Adam Sandler all of a sudden got really serious and recorded something. It just had that kind of, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. And that's, I think, yeah, but it was beautiful. But it just had that, like, I don't know. Sorry.
No, that's valid. Yeah, I think I'm just used to him at this point because I listened to him in high school. So I guess I'm just desensitized. But I could totally see like off of because he has he spams the falsetto. We can move on. This is the big one. This is like the hit from the album. But this is track 3, Skinny Love.
I love loose strings.
Yeah. And this guitar tone is just really, really nice.
You always ask me what I think, so why don't you open up on Skinny Love?
I mean, that's just like a classic at this point. Classic breakup song. It had like the feeling that it was in a like, especially at the end, you have that feeling because you hear him like doing some like yelps in the background and like kind of the scattered claps. The whole thing kind of has like this slightly lo-fi. Maybe knowing the background or the context of the album helps, but it kind of has that feeling. Like it sounds like it's hollow, but also full and warm, kind of cozy, but it's in a cabin with lots of open space. And I think one of the most emotive vocals he has.
Even the my's, like there's such a grit to it and almost a contemplation. He's thinking about himself. He's thinking about himself in terms of the relationship. He's thinking about how she acted. I don't think he likes how it went. And you can just feel that from start to finish in the song. So I thought that was really good with that kind of like jangly kind of feel. So that would have been fun to play. That would have been fun for him to mix. And then super cathartic, like almost therapy.
I would say that without Bon Iver, like this album, you wouldn't get like Phoebe Bridgers and all those like folk people.
Oh wow.
I mean, he was like this was like a pretty big deal for like the folk scene, I would say. I don't think that's crazy to say. Really captures a certain breed of white men who have an acoustic guitar and like to make music. That was a joke, but it's also true. We can move on to track 4, which is The Wolves, Act 1 and 2.
Someday my pain, someday my pain, mark you harness your blame with the wild wolves around you. In the morning I'll call you, send it farther on. What might have been lost, what might have been lost, what might have been lost, what might have been lost.
Is that auto-tune?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun, actually.
kind of unexpected in an album like this, though.
Which is, yeah. This does remind me a bit of Dashboard, their guitar style. Early 2000s stuff. A lot of toms going on. Low ones.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's just hitting stuff.
It makes sense though. This is like a cathartic grief. It's kind of got a bluesy, gospel-y kind of background with this modern interpretation or modern musical folk stuff going on. So, and when his My is kind of reminded me of something like Frank Ocean, or the way they were delivered with that intense flourish to the vocals. And this song too, it felt like a blues legend singing folk with a singer who could be from any time period, from the 20s till now.
He leans into that more as he like releases more music, especially like the gospel stuff, especially with like the chords and like the keys that he will use later on.
Like to me, this one applied more to me. Like the breakup ones don't apply to me. Fingers crossed, you know. But this one, it's almost like you don't know what could have happened, and that can apply to so many different types of relationships. And I really got that. Like there's this thing, if you don't do things right, opportunities close and you've lost that direction in your life and you have to take a new one. And I feel like he's grieving that. I think it turned out well for him.
Because it does feel like it's like a record that's made in a place with someone who some shit just went down and they're trying to figure out where to go next. And they're trying to do some of that through making this album. You know, very solitary experience. So you're like with yourself for 3 months.
Eating deer jerky, wondering what's my next move, not realizing that you just made your best move.
We'll move on to track 5, which is Blindsided.
I like the ambient synth stuff in the background.
Yeah, I've always loved when he does that.
And the guitar work following the melody of the... It's nice.
Yeah.
Contrast in the snow for the agony I'd rather know, 'cause blinded.
See how low he can go? That's crazy.
I like that. You love the brush, say bro.
I do. Is he talking about like watching this person that he broke up with? I cup the window, go to the pier inn.
Wow.
I don't know though.
Would you really rush out for me now? Would you really rush out? Would you really rush out for me now? Would you really rush out for me now? Would you really rush out for me now? Would you really rush out for me now?
Yeah, these like atmospheric textures are everything.
And then that lead dropped in, the lead guitar, that just kind of sparse. It wasn't crazy. Oh, it felt so lonely though. Just the tone of the guitar and everything. It felt like the past. It was just really evocative of memory, like the kind of music that is memory. You know what I mean? Like, and I think I can definitively say this far into the album, I really like the music. I really like his vocals. I really like everything about it. And I know why I wouldn't have listened to it when it came out. 2 years into my marriage, this wouldn't have resonated with me. It makes me feel exactly how I don't want to feel. Oh, it's just a weight and it's sad. But it's profound and it's beautifully done, but I'm sad. Like it's hitting me. It's bringing me back to those memories that are uncomfortable from my youth that I probably tried to escape. And they're not serving me right now. I got 4 kids. I got to stay on top for. Like if I would listen to this and then like go hang out with them, I'd be like, meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I almost feel like it's too much for me. It's time and place, and it passed me by. The part that kind of got me thinking the most was blinded. I was blindsided, blinded. You see with your brain, not with your eyes. So when you're in a relationship, sometimes you're looking at something and you just don't, it doesn't register to you what's actually going on. So like when the breakup comes, you're like, really? But there were signs. You probably just weren't clued into them.
Right.
It works the other way too. You'll meet people and they'll tell you a year later, I had the biggest crush on you for the longest time. You're like, what? Because you're just blinded. And there's something about being a human being. Your perception allows you to see a certain way. You know, like the things you already think influence how you view the things around you. And I think he's coming to terms with that in this song, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's neat. I liked it a lot.
Well, I've always just loved the melody of that song. Yeah, you mentioned in the beginning how like the guitar followed the melody in the verse. Tame acoustic guitar parts with the whole thing, but I just think the melody, like the whole Blindsided part, was just really pretty. It's just a pretty song. But we are halfway.
Well, welcome to Snacktime. Bon Iver's from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, correct? And their football team, the Green Bay Packers, are known for having cheese heads. So for snack today, we are going to indulge ourselves in some cheddar cheese. Is it from Wisconsin? Maybe. We're not 100% sure, but let's eat it. I was opening the wrong side. I just can't figure this out. I just look at the cheese for snack time. A lot of beautiful lakes in Wisconsin. I drove through it, north to south, and I just was blown away by how cottage country vibe the whole place was.
When I saw him, I drove to Wisconsin.
I went the northern route. I went around Superior and down. Dangerous, man. Deer everywhere.
Well, I mean, should we carry on? Okay. So we have track 6, Creature Fear, and track 7, Team.
Is it a lot softer and quieter than before? Or is my headphones broken? Oh no. It's far away, those oohs. Kind of scary. Oh, yeah, Creature Fear.
Say you are the only. So many foreign roads, so relatively far, so ready for us, so ready for us, so creature fear. Creature fear.
That felt as religious as it did relationshipy.
Yeah. I never caught those lyrics before at the end.
So many Torahs
Yeah.
waiting for us.
And reform. Is he ready to reform? Sold the seminary. I mean, he does have a degree in religious studies. So. What I throughout the whole album, I love the percussion. It's all raw and real, maybe minus flume or lump sum, sorry, but it's only used. It's used sparingly, but when it's used for purpose.
This is just a loose snare, right?
Yeah.
And a kick.
Yeah.
The last song felt like a campfire song, and then a crazy drop, campfire song, crazy drop.
Yeah. Yeah, distinct sections for sure.
6 was, to me, it was like campfire energy, good poetry. Couldn't really tell if it was about religion, if it was about some kind of menacing creature or some kind of thing that was outside of himself that he was either avoiding or not wanting to become like. I don't know. And then these really strong, thick, fast, layered drops that are more rock energy, almost like a catharsis thing. But the music, the lyrics in there didn't feel cathartic, I don't think. So I don't know. That's what I got from that one. And then the next one was just kind of like a wrap up with more instruments, but a sparser sound.
It kind of just carried on the tune because you kind of hear the beginning of that bass line or guitar line at the end of Creature Fear, and then it kind of continues into Team. But I love the contrast in Creature Fear, like the quieter sections, and then it all comes out and then it does it again, and then it builds into Team. I really like that. And I was saying during the song, like I just love the percussion on this album because it's all very raw and acoustic. We can move on to the second last one, which is track 8 for Emma.
This is the girl.
Well, apparently it's not a real person.
Oh.
It's more like he describes it as a place you get stuck in.
Oh, I love the trumpets. Are they trumpets?
There was, and then this is the guitar. Really pretty slide. Wow.
It almost feels like a victory song.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a resolution.
Yeah.
Kind of. After all the sadness.
And then this weird dark, scratchy synth there was like opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very engaging song.
Really sad lyrics, though.
Yeah, so opposite.
Is it just me, or does it kind of feel like Neutral Milk Hotel, but like cleaner? Same kind of palette a little bit.
I think that's a great call.
Maybe just because like the horns and the slight lo-fi feel.
And some of the instruments feel far away.
Yeah.
But good call with the clean, too. It's very clean. I mean, because he's producing this in layers by himself, so he can tailor the sound.
Incredible horns, though. They add so much. The combo with the slide guitar is just fatal.
Yeah, no, the production of that was beautiful, and the instrumentation of that was beautiful. The lyrics were beautiful. However, that is the first time since the last time I complained about the Adam Sandler sound. I don't think it's Adam Sandler is the right call, but it was too much for me, the vocal treatment.
I know what you mean. There's like certain tracks I have like on his later albums where I'm like, it sounds like it's like just too much.
But the other ones didn't have that. Like I thought, oh, maybe I was being dumb. But now this reminded me, yes, no, I don't like that style, but I love that song. And I respect this artist.
It sounds like he's conceding while also kind of throwing shade, like with all your lies, you're still very lovable.
I pictured someone's face when he said those lines. I really did.
Well, we're on to the last one, which is Re-Stacks. like the subtle little changes. It's a couple notes here and there.
It's an interplay of the guitar, right?
This my excavation too. Days cool on. It's hard to find it when your money is gone and you're drunk as hell.
Is he talking about gambling here?
Could be. 200s at a time.
Yeah.
Don't gamble when you're drunk is the moral of this song.
On your back with the Rex as the stacks you low. On your back with the Rex and the stacks you low.
It's a fun delivery, very punchy
Yeah.
on the notes,
Yeah.
on the beats.
And the little riff in between each line. Love that part.
Fountain in the front yard's rusted out.
Fountain is a symbol for love, and
In a frozen ground.
those metaphors are pretty universal and powerful and simple.
I love images like that.
He leaked out and he froze in the ground. And that's where he is right now. He's got to fix it though.
There's a
And that too.
black
Second time.
cross from
It's also a Viking thing.
me. His wiry legs across. On your back with your Rex as the stacks you low. On your back with your Rex and the stacks you low.
The hammer-ons are great.
Back with the
Yeah.
Rex and the stacks
So
you
lovely.
low.
And I love you're right, like the percussive delivery of that part.
This is not the sound of new man.
He's not new. This aged him.
Yeah.
Or
100%.
Crispy realization is a good line.
It's the sound of the unlocking lift away. Your love will be safe with me.
Oh, that's brutal.
So Simon and Garfunkel.
Really brutal. Because early in the song, he's talking about the crow dangling the keys. He talks about the unlocking and the lift away, and that this person's love will be safe with him. So this song actually feels like the resolution, even though for Emma kind of feels like it's a closer. You know what I mean? Like to me, it always had that energy of like maybe how he wanted to end the album and be pissy. This last track is more like an epilogue almost, where he's being more honest with himself and like accepting what happened.
I wondered if he was talking to a different person in that last little section. Like, your love is safe with me. Is he talking to the next person?
I mean, I think I've always interpreted it as the person, because it's kind of like this thing where it's like this happened and you can appreciate the love that we had and that we shared, and that that memory is going to be safe with me, and kind of like accepting the end of it and acknowledging like the good parts. But that could also, I could be wrong with that.
I'll probably listen to this one again. I just, maybe in the summer. It was a good ending. I judge albums by their ending tracks often, which is, people have told me in the comments, isn't a great idea. It's just what I do. And this one was one of my favorites I liked it. I just loved the guitar. There was another one that I liked, the two before that, where I really liked the guitar work as well and the fullness of the sound. But this one was great.
I mean, what are your like overall thoughts on the record?
Lyrically beautiful, musically beautiful. Almost all the songs were sung in a way that I really liked. 2 of them I was just like, it's a bit high for me, but that's just me. And the other thing is the subject matter for the album doesn't resonate with me directly, but some of the songs did anyway, just because of how universal they were written and how beautiful they were. But it's heavy. It was not cathartic or anything really more than, it was kind of sad and contemplative, and it's just not the stage I'm at. I had the same thing with BC and R, but I mean, I would definitely give this an A without hesitation, just for like how amazing it was to listen to. Like, I came in today thinking, I'm doing Bon Iver, I'm gonna have to try to like get through it, because I hadn't liked what I had heard. But I mean, hearing this, giving it a good listen, I really did like it.
I'm trying to think, like, this is not my favorite Bon Iver album. I've had a lot of memories with this one, maybe not the most pleasant memories. I think the songs are great, they're well written, they're catchy. I love like the rawness of the whole album, and like the slight lo-fi feel of the whole thing, and just like the self-recording, and the lore helps a lot. Like, I love background like that, it's kind of cool. You have variety in the songs, the percussion has this nice acoustic, very like personable feel to it, where it's only used when it's needed. Lyrics are great, even though this is my first time like listening to it with the lyrics, and I sometimes struggle to figure out what it means sometimes, because I find that on a lot of he has like lots of imagery that is like kind of hard to pick out. It's kind of more opaque than, you know, it's less upfront. But I think it was like probably like a pretty important album in like the folk scene, and the first album I listened to by him. Great album. I think I would go A+ to S maybe, but I think I prefer one of his later albums more. One thing I love about him in general is just like his ability to make these like textures and soundscapes that are very atmospheric and kind of set the mood, because a lot of it is like you can hear the eeriness and like the loneliness and the seclusion of the album
Absolutely.
through those like textures that he's really creating, like with maybe some keys or like synth patches or something, but also like a lot of, I think, like droning guitars and like little, we heard it on, I forget which song it was, maybe it was Blindsided in the beginning, and you hear these little textures and it just puts you into that atmosphere of being alone out into the woods in the winter with like a fire burning beside you. It's like that sort of thing I just love. Like, that sound design is awesome. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go A+ to S. Maybe I'll go S just because it's not S+, but I'd go S.
I liked your breakdown too. Like, it was smart. It was good. All the things you said.
Thanks. First Bon Iver record. Any final thoughts?
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and even though it made me sad.
And thanks to people on Patreon for voting for this one. This was one of the poll winners, and it's the last video of the month, so gotta give a shout out to Jack.
What's up, Jack?
Thanks, Jack, as always, our executive producer. And yeah, as always, the full version's on our Patreon. Until next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Jack. Have a great week.
See ya.